Now, ahead of that budget presentation tomorrow, the Prime Minister's press secretary gave an update on a number of cabinet's conclusions. He also noted that government is pressing forward with its public sector audit.
Janae Noel Ferguson has that story.
Newly appointed Press Secretary Anthony Newbold holding the first press briefing with members of the media Tuesday. He said top on the government's agenda is the budget, which will be presented to Parliament on Wednesday. Now, he also provided an update on those ongoing audits at government agencies.
He knows that he's got to go in there and he's got to find out what's in the Treasury. And he's got to find out the state of finances for the country before, again, he is really able to say when and how he's going to deliver on the promises he made.
In his role as press secretary to the office of the Prime Minister, Newbold said he will oftentimes speak on behalf of Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis. Wednesday's budget, to be delivered by Minister of Finance and Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest, which Newbold says was inherited from the former Christie administration, but will be tweaked in order to ensure that what was promised to Bahamians is delivered. Now, as it relates to the audits, including that of the National Insurance Board, where 4 executives have been sent on vacation, Newbold said this could also take place at other government entities.
Bahamian people have been talking about national insurance for years. And the Bahamian people, national insurance along with everything else, Bahamian people said, we don't like what's going on down there. And so they decided to vote for Prime Minister Minnis and his team. And he has got to assure the Bahamian people that all is well. The only way he can do that is to conduct an audit. Again, sometimes to get to where you need to get to, you need to move some people around. And it's as simple as that.
Newbold maintained when asked by reporters, though, that the process should not be viewed as victimization.
Sometimes situations look worse than they are. They may not look as bad as they are. And so we don't prejudge them. We say we need to conduct an audit. Let's see what it uncovers. And that will determine what happens. Prime Minister Minnis again has said people have nothing to fear if they do their jobs. I'm not looking to victimize anyone. You do your job, you have a job.
The Auditor General's office is expected to carry out a number of the audits as well as internal audits that will take place. Newbold said Ernst & Young will also give a presentation to Cabinet in this regard. Meanwhile, the press secretary said contracts for projects and jobs signed off on by the former administration before elections will also be reviewed.
And whomever those contracts belong to, it must be proven that these people are there because they have to be there with these contracts, whatever those contracts are, that they must be a part of the system. And again, contracts are contracts. You have to live with them in a lot of instances.
Now, the budget is expected to be presented on Wednesday when Parliament resumes at 10 a.m. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.